again, everyone. Scott Player Pop Call fan here, and of course, this is my best friend Sean, aka CashVaz.
How you all doing?
And I'm going to continue my series of Star Wars movie reviews with Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
The second movie in the modern prequel trilogy.
And it's considered the worst film out of all of them.
Yeah, I'd have to say that episodes 1 and 2 were kind of the top two worst ones.
Yeah, although I'd say like the saving grace of the first one was like that last lightsaber duel between Darth Maul, Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon.
Well, it's also because, if you remember, Scott Applier, that in Episode 1, when George Lucas was talking about that behind the set, he wanted that film to be kind of like a more juvenile or kiddish version. Because he wanted more, kid audiences than adult that they had in the original trilogy. He said that was mostly for adults to enjoy.
Yeah, even though it was played for more like, kind of like a political thriller. Have you heard of movies like that?
Yeah.
Captain America Winter Soldier is kind of like that.
Exactly.
So, yeah, moving that aside though, giving my thoughts on Attack of the Clones, I like some of the concepts that were explored in Attack of the Clones, like the clones, of course, because the clones are kind of like sort of history, backstory to what we know of the stormtroopers in the original trilogy. So, what do you think about that?
Well, yeah, what I have to say, the best moments of that episode, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, Attack of the Clones.
Okay, and Attack of the Clones, I have to say, yeah, the best moments I thought of it were, of course, seeing the clones. And it's kind of like how Obi-Wan was exploring around that modern city in Camino that did not show up on the Jedi archives erased by Lord Tyrannus or Count Dooku. So yeah, the city looked really futuristically cool. Boba Fett as a little boy before he became a whole bounty hunter.
Yeah, and especially I like the planet they're on in the beginning of the movie, Coruscant, right?
It was, I believe, Coruscant, yeah, where all the Jedi were meeting with the Chancellor.
Yeah, that's also very futuristic looking, a lot of flying cars and all that.
And all the cities in the skies, of course, is always very common and very classy.
Yeah, and another big criticism that Attack of the Clones has next to the first film is that they both are very CGI heavy. They're very
People did not like how they made Yoda a CGI effect than rather using the puppet, because they wanted him to do more saber action in Episode 2 and Episode 3 is the only ones that you would see Yoda do a lightsaber battles.
Yeah, you don't see him doing that in the original trilogy.
And I bet they couldn't do that with the puppet. That's why they made him CGI.
Yeah, probably, yeah. So, yeah, Attack of the Clones is also known for some pretty bad acting.
Yeah, especially from Hayden Christensen. Some say he was a very bad actor as Anakin Skywalker. But mostly it's because they just, in my opinion, I don't think they dislike the actor in general, because he's been in other films like Jumper, which was considered pretty bad.
I like that one.
But yeah, I mean, it's your opinion. But also, they just didn't like Anakin Skywalker's character in general because they say he was too immature.
Yeah, and some of the facial expressions he made, especially when he would talk to Padme.
Some facial expressions he would make whenever he talks to Padme are like facial expressions of frustration, and very argumentative, and very, very highly opinional of his thoughts.
Yeah, so that's like one of the weak points of the film is Anakin's character. And just like the romantic story also is kind of not that good either. The romance between Anakin and Padme.
Yeah. I mean, who wants romance in Star Wars?
Well, I mean, when they do it right, like with Leia and Han in the original trilogy, it's good.
I mean, that is good, yeah, because they have also the original cast back.
But when you do a romantic story like they did in Attack of the Clones, it's not interesting.
And as the story was developing, how Anakin and Padme were spending more time alone together, I should have thought that the Jedi should have had a feeling that with Anakin's, feelings that they already know so well about, that they should have known something was going on between them, like an affair.
Yeah. So that's lacking. Just all around, just not much in Attack of the Clones to really be impressed with.
But also, you know what? I heard some also critic rumors saying that, you know how Star Wars, the whole franchise, could have been saved? How Star Wars Episode 2 could have saved everything if Anakin in the first place did not go to Tatooine to find his mother. Because if he didn't do that, he wouldn't have run into the Sand People, he wouldn't have slaughtered them, they wouldn't have caused a war on Geonosis.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also, I guess something has to lead to points that when they had future movies, something in the prequel had to lead to all of them. But I'm just saying now, if I look at the previews, I think it all could have been saved.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, with Anakin's immaturity, kind of destroyed the galaxy.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
So that's what I gotta say on that. Although, on the other hand, I liked the effects. Computer has really upgraded and it was really good. And I still think they could have used the puppet of Yoda when they were not doing the saber scenes.
Yeah. And another thing about the movie is when the clone troopers were on screen with like all the actors, you could tell that the actors were talking to CGI characters. You know, they weren't actually there.
Yeah, all the copy of clones, there were only like 2 or 3 guys in real outfits, and they made digital CGI copies behind them to form a whole army.
Yeah, and that didn't help the acting in the movie, I don't think.
No, it sure did not.
So yeah, that's our review on Attack of the Clones with my best friend Sean, aka CashVaz. So I think that'll do it for this video.
And I was so glad to be here to help you with this review and to share my opinion.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
So it's your channel, so you close it.
Alright, thank you all so much for watching. Peace out, and I'll do more reviews very soon. Bye-bye.